Hey, do you remember like that one time when a Japanese grammar thing just clicked? Maybe it felt impossible, then suddenly, wham! Or what's the coolest thing you learned yesterday? Something that made a tricky idea feel super simple.
Oh, yeah, those aha moments are the best, aren't they? It's when the rules suddenly feel less like rules and more like, tools you can actually use. Super satisfying.
Totally. And that's exactly what we're aiming for today. We're doing a deep dive focusing on Genki 1 Lesson 9. Think of it as unlocking some really key skills for chatting in Japanese.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about looking back, connecting ideas, stuff like that.
Exactly. We'll be unpacking how to talk about the past casually, how to describe things in detail, and how to link your thoughts together logically.
Right. So, our mission today is basically to pull out the most important bits from this lesson. We want to give you that real practical understanding, not just textbook stuff. We'll hit the plain past tense, relative clauses, which sound fancy but are super useful,
Oh, yeah, those are great.
and expressions like already and not yet, plus how to say because or so using kara. We'll use clear examples, maybe some surprising facts here and there to help you really get it quickly.
Yeah, we want those aha moments for you without just drowning you in grammar rules. This deep dive is designed to help you feel more confident talking about the past and, more complex ideas.
Mm.
We're not just going to list rules. We'll explore why they work and how people actually use them. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it. Time for the past tense power up, as you called it.
Yes. Okay, first up, the plain past tense. This is absolutely essential if you want to sound natural talking about stuff that's already happened. It's what you use with friends, family, casual situations.
And here's the really cool part, the big shortcut. If you've already put in the work on the T form back in lesson 6, you're basically already there for the past tense.
Seriously, how does that work?
Well, it's almost like a mirror image. The rules for making the informal past tense are pretty much exactly the same as the T form rules. The only difference is, instead of ending in tes, the verb ends in tes.
No way. So knowing the T form is like a two-for-one deal.
Exactly. You're not learning a whole new set of rules, you're just tweaking something you hopefully already know. It's actually quite elegant how it fits together. Let's break it down, starting with godem verbs or U verbs.
Okay, goden verbs. These are the ones with that consonant before the final U sound, right? So what's the first pattern for the past tense?
Right, so for verbs ending in su or ru, you change that ending to a small ru followed by su.
The small two. That's the little pause, right?
Precisely. It creates a doubled consonant sound like huh. To sing becomes uta. Hear that little stop. Utata.
Yeah, hear it like a little glottal stop.
Exactly. Another one, woldung, to wait becomes mata, mata. And noru, to get on, becomes nota, nota. Forgetting that little pause is a really common mistake. People might say udun instead of uta.
Good tip. Practice that pause. Okay, what's the next pattern for godan verbs?
Okay, next group, verbs ending in nu or nu. These guys change to nonu, followed by nonda, so you get a voice sound at the end.
Okay, unda. Examples.
Sure. Nulu, to drink, becomes nona nonda, drank. And actually, when people say nonda, that N sound often sounds a bit like an M, kind of like nonda.
Nonda. Got it.
Uh-huh. Then rudu, to play, becomes anda, played. And here's a fun fact. Shinu, to die, becomes shinda, died. And shino is pretty much the only common modern verb ending in one.
Really? Just that one.
Yep. So if you see a new verb, it's almost certainly shino. Kinda morbid, but a useful memory trick.
Oh, okay, noted. What about verbs ending in soon?
Ah, those are nice and easy. Verbs ending in isu just change to hashita. Simple as that. Like hanasu, to speak, becomes hanashita, spoke.
Hanasu to hanashita. Nice. Okay, what's next?
Verbs ending in hashu. These change to hashu hita. So kiku, to listen or to ask, becomes kitha, kita, listened or asked.
Kita. Make sure to get that long E sound right, not kita.
Exactly, kita. Good point. And very similar, verbs ending in shahag change to hashu. It's like the ku rule, but voiced. That G sound becomes a D sound.
So it keeps the voicing, like the dakuan.
Precisely. So isogu, to hurry, becomes hashu isoida, hurried. esoida. Make sure it's ida, not ita.
Got it. Isoida. Okay, that covers the main Godan patterns. What about the other main verb type, ichidan verbs, the ru verbs?
Ah, yes. Good news here. Ichidan verbs are generally much, much simpler.
Okay, what's the rule?
Super easy. You just chop off the final oro and add shuda. That's it. The stem stays the same.
Nice. So, like, tabaru, to eat, just becomes...
Tabeta, ete. See how smooth that sounds compared to the little pause in utata.
Yeah, totally. Tabeta. What about miwu kuyi, to see,
Becomes mita. Saw.
and miru, to sleep,
Slept.
and yunu, to sleep,
Slept.
and okiru, to wake up?
Okay, so those are the regular patterns. What about irregular verbs? Are there many?
Thankfully, for the plain past tense, there are really only two main irregular verbs you absolutely have to know, plus one very, very important exception.
Okay, hit me. What are the two main ones?
Kuru. To come becomes her. Came. Note this kita sounds like the kita from kiku, but it's short. Kita.
Right. Kuru becomes kita, and the other,
Suru. To do becomes hita. Did. Same as the suverb ending.
suru becomes hita. Okay, those seem manageable. What's the big exception you mentioned? Ah, yes, the classic exception, to go. Now, logic might tell you, since it ends in it, it should become eat at, right?
Yeah, following the Kiku rule.
But it doesn't. This is the tricky one. Iku becomes ita went. It follows the pattern of the yu to ru verbs with the small tu.
Oh, wow. Okay, Iku becomes ita, not iita.
Got it.
That seems really important to just memorize.
Absolutely critical. You use iku all the time. Just burn it tie into your brain.
Will do. Iku ita. Okay. Are there any other curveballs?
Well, just when you thought ichidan verbs were perfectly simple, there are about 8 common exceptions. These verbs look like ichidan verbs. They end in ru, but they actually conjugate like godan verbs for the past tense using the small tsu plus ta ending.
Ah, okay. So they look like tabaru, but act like matsu.
Exactly. And honestly, there's no easy rule to spot them. You just have to memorize them. But the good news is they're all really common verbs, so you'll encounter them a lot.
Right, practice makes perfect. Can you list them for us?
Sure, let's run through them. First, heru, to enter, becomes harshiru. Hairu, haita. Okay. Harshiru, to run, becomes harshita. Harshiru, harshita. Got it. Iru, to need, becomes harashita. Same sound as went, interestingly. Iru, ita. You mentioned this one's not used much in the past tense. Yeah, it's kind of rare. People usually say something like, hitsuyu data, it was necessary, instead of just ita. Just a nuanced thing.
Okay, good to know. Keep them coming.
Right. Kairu, to go home return, becomes haru.
Karu, kaita, very common one.
Uh-huh. Kaiju, to limit restrict, becomes haru. Kajita, maybe less common in daily chat, but useful.
Kaju, kajita, okay.
Kiru, to cut, becomes kita. Super common.
Kiru kita, like cutting paper. Makes sense.
Yep. Shabaru, to speak chat, becomes shabetta.
Shaberu, shabeta. So different from hanashita, spoke. More like chatted.
Yeah, often a bit more informal, maybe implies more talking. And finally, shiru, to know, becomes shipta. Shiru shita. This one feels important for learning things. It is. Shita often means I found out or I learned, while the negative shirinakata means I didn't know. Big difference.
Gotcha. Okay, that's 8 exceptions to memorize. Definitely worth making flashcards for those.
Absolutely. Now, quickly, let's cover adjectives and nouns in the past tense. It's much simpler. For I adjectives,
How do those work?
drop the final e and add hashiso.
Okay, so tanushi, fun, becomes.
Tanoshikata was fun.
Easy enough. What about negative past? Like, was not fun.
Also follows a pattern. Take the negative form, which usually ends in kunakunai, then change that final e to kata, so it becomes shirin kata. Okay, so tanoshikunai, not fun, becomes ha. So these tanoshikunai was not fun. You got it, consistent. But of course, there's one major irregular I adjective.
Let me guess. Opia good?
Bingo. Its stem is actually yo-yo. So the past tense is yokata, was good.
Yokata, heard that one a million times, and the negative past.
Follows the pattern from you. Yokunakata was not good.
Yokonakata. Okay, definitely need to know ioi. What about na adjectives and nouns?
Even simpler, just add arstata to the end.
Seriously. That's it.
That's it. So shizuka, quiet, a na adjective, becomes shizukata was quiet.
Wow. And a noun, like gakusei, student.
Gekusei data was a student. Data is basically the informal version of dishita.
So convenient. And their negative past.
Also very consistent. Just add yonakata.
Okay, so genki janai, not well, becomes.
Yunenai genki janakata was not well. Works for both na adjectives and nouns.
Okay, that was a comprehensive run-through. Verbs, adjectives, nouns, plain past tense covered. It really feels like the T-form connection is the key takeaway here.
Definitely. If you're solid on the T form, this is much less intimidating.
Right. So maybe take a second now, listener, and try a few. How would you say, I drank, nomu, I came, kuru, it was quiet, shizuka, he was a teacher, sensei. If you got those, nonda, kita, shizuka data, sensei data, you're doing great. If not, maybe revisit those T-form rules.
Okay, so now you know how to make the plain past tense. Let's talk about when and how to use it, and other features of informal Japanese. This is about sounding natural.
Yeah, the social context is huge. So when do you use these informal forms?
Primarily with people you're close to or comfortable with. Think family, close friends, maybe colleagues you're friendly with and are at the same level. Also, typically when speaking to children or people clearly in a lower social position, like a subordinate at work, it creates a feeling of closeness, rapport.
But there's a catch, right? Just because someone speaks informally to you.
Exactly. Doesn't automatically mean you should fire back with informal speech right away. You got to consider age, status, your relationship. Jumping to informal too quickly, especially with someone older or higher status, can come across as disrespectful. It's a feel thing.
Good point. Better safe than sorry sometimes. So besides the verb endings, what else makes speech informal?
Well, a big one is dropping particles. Particles like the direct object marker, ga, the subject marker, and wa, the topic marker, often just disappear in casual chat if the meaning is clear from context.
Right, like that example earlier. Instead of aisukurimu wa tabemashita ka, you just say aisukurimu imuru arasa aisukurimu tabeta.
Exactly. Much quicker, sounds more natural among friends. And building on that, pronouns like I, watashi, or you, anata, are also usually dropped. Japanese relies way more on context than English does. If it's obvious who you're talking about, you just leave the pronoun out.
Yeah, that takes some getting used to for English speakers. What about asking questions? You mentioned dropping ga.
Yep, instead of adding ka at the end, you just use a rising intonation, just like we often do in English. So, kinu sanposhita, with your voice going up at the end, means, did you go for a walk yesterday?
Simple enough. Pitch matters.
Totally. Another thing is dropping da. That's the informal is or are. Technically, it's the short form, but in real conversation, especially after adjectives and nouns, people often just leave it out.
So instead of saying a genki da for I'm well, you might just say genki.
Uh-huh. Unless you're adding a particle like yo or right after it, like in igamita, umishiro kata yo. Saw the movie. It was fun, you know? You keep the kata, but drop the potential da before you.
Okay, that makes sense. And one last really basic but crucial one for sounding casual.
Yes, no. Instead of the formal hi for yes, you use un. And instead of o for no, you use unen. Getting those right makes a huge difference in sounding natural.
Un and un. Got it. Okay, so we know the past tense forms. We know the vibe of casual speech. What's next?
Well, let's talk about something really powerful for adding detail. Qualifying nouns with verbs. Basically, describing nouns using more than just an adjective.
Ah, okay. Making things more specific. How does that work?
In Japanese, you can take a whole sentence, or at least a clause with a verb, and put it directly before the noun you want to describe. It acts like a super adjective.
A whole sentence acting like an adjective.
Pretty much. And here's the big aha moment. The modifying sentence or clause always comes before the noun. This is the opposite of English. We say, the man who is smoking. Japanese says, the smoking man, but that smoking part can be a full clause.
So like, the over there tobacco smoking man.
Exactly like that. And the beauty is, you don't need words like who, which, or that. The position tells you it's modifying the noun. It's actually simpler once you get the hang of it.
Okay, position is key. Before the noun. And what form does the verb in that descriptive clause need to be in?
Always the informal or short form. Dictionary form, plain past, ta form, plain negative, nai form, te iru form, but never the polite masu form when it's directly modifying a noun like this.
Short form only. Got it. Let's see some examples.
Okay, simplest case. Just a dictionary form verb, like kagayaku me means sparkling eyes or shining eyes. Kagayaku, to sparkle, modifies me. Eyes.
Okay, like an adjective.
Sure.
Or go kukuruma, moving cars.
Exactly. Or sakuhana. Saku, to blooms, describes hana, flower. Blooming flowers. Very concise.
Cool. Now what about using a whole clause?
Right, for more detail. Remember that weird example? Shakutaro bate me, suchi wa siwa e soko de tabako o su otoko wa inu desu? Actually, the man smoking over there is a dog.
Ah, yeah, that one.
The whole part, a soko de tabako o su, smoking tobacco over there, modifies kotoko, man. It tells you which man. And su is the dictionary plain form.
Okay, I see. It pins down exactly which man. What about using the past tense in the clause?
Sure, like sho osa, masashi tachi ni kaze o hita husa, hito wadare suka. Who is the person that gave us a cold?
So, tostachi ni kaze uita gave us a cold describes hito, person, and hita is the plain past tense.
Precisely. And quick side note, that phrase, shaohiku, to pull a cold, is just the standard way to say catch a cold. Kinda neat. You could even say the person who caught a cold from Yuki's sister's baby. You just build the detail into the clause.
Right, makes sense. Another example.
How about this? How about this? Koro wa hifodan no kaidan ga aru jinja desu. This is a shrine with a 100-step staircase. Okay, so hyakudan no kaidan ga aru has a 100-step staircase, modifies jinja, shrine, and aru is the plain form of to exist.
Exactly. And the nuance is cool here. It implies the staircase is the defining feature of this shrine. It's not just a shrine that happens to have stairs. It's the shrine with the 100 steps. It gives it identity.
That's a subtle but powerful difference, so you can build really specific descriptions.
Terribly. Like people who are swimming hard,
Yep.
ishukanmei oyoide iru hitotachi. The clause is hukanmei oyoiru iru, using the ti-iru form for ongoing action modifies hitotachi, people.
Or something fun, like fufafe, rolling dog.
If it was fluffy and korogaru to roll, describe the Inu dog, you get an instant picture.
You really do, and you can combine stuff, right?
Absolutely. Check this one out. Shiroi ga no buryokawa de murasaki no fuku oki iru otoko.
Whoa. Okay, break that down. It's the guy who has a white face and is wearing purple clothes. You've got Shiroekao, white face connected with D, and then Murasaki no fuku okete uru, wearing purple clothes, the T form again, all modifying otoko.
Man, that's incredibly specific. It makes you wonder who that guy is, like a vampire or a wizard or something.
Right. It lets you paint these really detailed pictures. Or in a real situation, maybe you're looking for someone. Semburasu to bandana or shiteru hito da yo. He's the one wearing sunglasses and a bandana. Perfect use case.
That makes so much sense. Super useful for describing things precisely.
Definitely a core skill.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on, let's tackle timing. How to say already and haven't yet. Really common in everyday chat.
Yeah, checking in on things. What are the keywords?
2 adverbs. Mu for already and mara for not yet or still.
Okay. Mu and mata. How does mu work?
Simple. You use mu, followed by a verb in the plain past tense, ta form. It signifies the action is completed.
So I already ate.
Dainaji mo tabeta.
I already saw it.
Mo hamigaki o shita.
Matcha.
I already brushed my teeth.
Mo hamigaki ushita. Or more casually, just mo hamigaki shita. Dropping the O. You'll hear questions like, mo hiru gohan otabemashita ka?
Have you eaten lunch already? All the time.
Okay, mo plus past tense. Got it. Now, what about mada for haven't yet?
This one's a bit different. You use mara followed by the verb in the negative rai form. That's mara taberi inai. It literally means something like not yet in the state of having done.
Okay, mada tabete inai?
Seems clear.
Right. But here's a crucial point for sounding natural. In casual conversation, that mada tabete gets shortened. a lot.
Oh, how so?
Most commonly, the final I just drops off. So, mual bete inai becomes ano pede madara. Sounds much more relaxed.
Tabetane. Okay, that sounds more like something you'd actually hear. Exactly. So, I haven't eaten yet would casually be mada tabetane. Sometimes if the context is super clear, like someone just asked if you ate, you might even just reply with the plain negative, madanai, don't eat, but it means haven't eaten yet in that context.
Wow. Okay, so context is key for that shortcut.
Totally. So if someone asks, mo hiru gohan tabeta, the most natural informal answer for no, not yet, would probably be urun mada tabetanai, or even simpler, just mada.
Just mada.
Yep, super common short answer. Means not yet. You might hear a more formal sentence like, oh, Yuki wa mada kitamasen. Yuki hasn't arrived yet. But in chat, expect those shortened forms. It implies you still expect it to happen, though.
Good to know about the shortening. Okay, next up, explaining yourself using baura. This seems really fundamental.
Oh, it is. Kara is your go-to conjunction for because or so. It links a reason to a result or situation. Super versatile.
And what's the key thing to remember about its structure?
The order. In Japanese, it's always reason M situation. The reason comes before kara, the result comes after.
Reason, then kara, then situation. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's often easier to think reason, so situation, when translating.
That often works better for English speakers, yeah. Instead of forcing a because structure that might feel backwards, thinking I'm sleepy so I haven't eaten yet, maps directly onto the Japanese word order.
Gotcha. Now, wasn't there some mention of kara in an earlier lesson, maybe lesson 6, where it came at the end of the sentence?
Ah, good point. Yes, some materials might introduce reason plus kara at the end of a sentence. But, and this is really important, that usage is actually kind of specific, less common in everyday flow. It often implies the result is obvious, or maybe you're trailing off. The main workhorse usage of kara is the one we're focusing on here in Lesson 9, as a conjunction between two clauses. Reason kara situation. That's the one you need day to day.
Okay, that clears that up. Focus on kara between clauses. Let's see some examples.
Sure. I'm sleepy, so I haven't eaten yet. How would you say that?
Nah. Reason first. Sleepy is mui. Haven't eaten yet is mada tabete nai. Or tabete inai for full form.
Perfect. Nemui, plain form I adjective. Kara mada tabetane. How about? I ate a lot, so I gained weight.
Okay, ate a lot is takusan tabeta. Gained weight is futota. So, awusan tabeta, kara futota.
Exactly. Tabeta plain past, kara futota plain past. And remember, saying futota in Japanese often has a slightly negative, oh no, kind of vibe.
Right, cultural nuance. Okay, one more. The person next door was noisy, so I complained.
Noisy is urusai. Complained is munku uita.
Okay, using urusai plain form.
You got it. And yeah, urusai can be quite strong, like annoyingly loud.
Good to know. And a nice one. It was a cute cat, so I petted it.
Cute cat was kawaii neko data. Plain past. Petted it is nadata.
So, see the pattern. Reason, plain form for botch noun, plus kara, plus situation. Super useful structure.
Definitely. Okay, next section is about reporting what people think or say about the past. This builds on stuff from Lesson 8, right?
That's right. Lesson 8 introduced things like to omoimasu, I think that, and to ite imashita, they said that.
Right, for present thoughts or statements. So what's the update in Lesson 9?
The big update is that you can now put the plain past tense, ta form data kata, right before these phrases. So you can talk about what you think happened or what someone said happened.
Ah, so connecting past events to thoughts or reports. Makes sense. What's the rule for the form before to omemasu or to ite imashita?
Always has to be the informal short form. Plain past, plain negative, plain present. Whatever fits the meaning, but always the short form.
Okay, short form plus to omaimasu or to ite imashita. Let's try to omaimasu first. I think something happened. Right. So maybe you're unsure if someone managed to do something. I don't think they were able to do it. Okay. They weren't able to do it is dekinakata, plain past negative. So, kareru wa dekinakata to omaimasu. Perfect. Literally, they weren't able to do it, I think. Or guessing someone's age in the past. I think they were 20 years old. We're 20 is hatachi data. So, Kero wa tachidatte omoimasu. Exactly. Using that data plain past for the noun phrase. Cool. Now for reporting speech. Tattu itemashita. They said something happened. Same rule. Short past form before it. Yep. So he said he had a barbecue. Had a barbecue is barbecue oshita. So, kero barbecue oshita te itemanashita. You're on fire. That's exactly it. Or they said last week was sunny.
One sunny is hair data. So, senshu wa hair data to itemashita.
Perfect. Or relaying someone's opinion about a past event. She said the party was fun.
Was fun is tanoshikata. If ko sondurai o sa wajiyo saiko. Kanojo wa party wa tanoshikata to itemashitara.
Nailed it. And remember that dialogue example. Someone asks casually, Nante iteta.
Yeah, what do you say? Super casual shortening of nani to itemashitaka.
Right. And the answer used the past tense report. Yuan ga chakuriku shita teteta yo.
He said his little sister landed arrived. Using takurikushika, the plain past.
Exactly. And notice the tu ita got squished down to titideta. Super common in casual speech. So yeah, using these past forms before to omoimasu and to itimashita is key for talking about past thoughts and reports.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It really expands what you can talk about. We've covered a ton.
We really have. From the nuts and bolts of the plain past tense, linking it back to the T form.
Yeah, that was a great shortcut.
Yeah.
And all the nuances of casual speech-dropping particles using intonation.
Right. And then the power of describing nouns using those relative clauses, putting the description before the noun.
That felt like a big one.
Yeah.
Plus getting the timing right with Mao and Mata, already and not yet.
And explaining reasons clearly with kara reason, so.
Situation.
Yeah, nailing that order. And finally, reporting past thoughts and statements. It's a really solid toolkit.
Absolutely. You've now got the tools to really start talking about past experiences, describing things with much more detail, and explaining why things happen in Japanese. These are foundational skills.
Definitely feels like a level up. So to help make all this stick, here's a little challenge for you listening. Think about a place you know well, maybe somewhere you visited, or even just a person you know. Try describing them using these new tools. Yeah, can you describe, say, the shrine that had the amazing view, or my friend who went to Japan last year, or the cat that was sleeping on the chair?
Try using a plain past verb or adjective in that description. Or maybe explain why you like to place using kara. What details can you capture now that you couldn't before?
It's about taking these grammar points off the page and applying them to your life, your experiences. That's when it really starts to sink in and feel natural.
Couldn't agree more. Keep up the great work on your deep dive into Japanese. There's always more to explore. But you've just added some seriously powerful tools to your communication arsenal.